Welcome back to the channel, guys. I have the brand new this year. I know you've been waiting for it, probably losing sleep, not knowing about this video, but I'm going to do the one I do every year, the what's in my bag this year. But there's one catch. This is the bag that I show you guys every year. This is my Canon full frame gear. We're going to put that out right now. We're on to much smaller and better things now. So we're going to do this bag. I'm going to show you what's in this bag because I retired from weddings last year, so we're on, like I said, we're on to much smaller and better things now. So let me get this over to the table where I can show you down in the camera bag. I will show you what's in there and what I like about it so much. So let's get started. Okay, so here we go. We have our bag. Unzip it. Here's the first part. Now this is just some extra pouches I carry stuff in that is handy to have. Obviously, memory cards, not many in there. I'm still redoing stuff for the first of the year. So this is a dead cat for a microphone. And down there's just tripod clips and caps and stuff. So nothing real important in there. So we will get on into the camera bag. And here is the star of this camera bag. This is the Lumix G9 Mark II with the small rig cage on it, a newer grip, and the 12 to 35 2.8, which is the equivalent of 24 to 70 on a full frame lens. So this is what it looks like from here. And then I forgot to put the screen in there, but the screen also goes in here. This is very useful. This Anderson, I believe is how you pronounce it. I've been calling it Anderson. Could be wrong, who knows? I think I like Anderson better. But I will mount this up here when I'm doing a talking head video. That way I can see myself up here. And this also helps a ton when you're manually focusing on the lens, especially when you get 56. You really need all the help you can get. So my screen goes there. It's a 5-inch. And this is the gear I use most of the time, day to day. The G9 Mark II with the 12 to 35, 24 to 70. I use that most of the time. But there are plenty of other lenses in here and other stuff in here. So let's see what all we have in here. This is my DJI 15mm f1.7 lens. Now, I was going to use this, I bought this one to be my talking head main lens, but it's let me down once or twice. I'm not going to totally give up on it yet. I do like it, but it's not worked exactly like I hoped it would yet, but we'll keep working on it. Here is our Yongnuo 42.5, which is an 85mm lens. I have considered getting the Lumix lens and comparing these two, but this one does a pretty good job. So I'm pretty happy with it for the overall, and plus I got a good deal on it, so can't beat a good deal. And in this bag, we have the 25, which is the 50mm f1.7. This is the Lumix brand. So I really like this lens. It's really sharp. I did a video on it the other day comparing it to the Leica. So both excellent lenses. This is a heavy lens right here. This is the new one. I just did a video on this the other day. This is the Mikey 50mm, which is a 100 f095. You know, it's got the f-stops. There's no clicking on the f-stops, but you can turn the dial. I like that because it's kind of old school, although I do miss the clicks. But I've only used this lens a few times, but it's pretty good for what it does. If you saw the video the other day, f095 is not the best f-stop to choose on it, but it's a fun little spot. And if it's more important, come on up to 1.4 f2 and you'll be fine. I had a little bit chromatic aberration in the 095. These are two little lenses I really like. These are TT Artisans. This is the TT Artisans 17mm f1.4. It also has the focusing dial out here, as you can tell. It's also a manual focus lens, but it's built like a tank. I mean, they're so heavy compared to like this Yongnuo or any of the Lumix lenses. These weigh so much more. These are all plastic and these feel all metal. But these are pretty good lenses, especially if you can get your focus right, especially critical down like 1.4. So that's one thing I like so much about this monitor is it makes things so much bigger. And if I set blue as my focus assist, I can see a lot better. So that helps a lot. And in this bag, we have the TT Artisans 35, so it's the equivalent of a 70mm. And it's also a manual focus. It's down to 1.4. Same thing as the other one, metal, made in metal. Even the lens caps are metal, so it's pretty cool, made well. I really enjoy these lenses. They're fun to play with. So now we'll get into some more of the technical stuff here. It's another little bag. This is a low pro. I usually carry battery and memory cards in here. There is a battery in here at the moment. Memory cards, I'm still going through memory cards, so none of the memory cards are where they're supposed to be yet, but they will be soon. But I do keep the memory cards in here. And it's neat. This came free with something I got at B&H. I don't remember, but it came free. So anything free, low pro is good to have. These are my DJI mics. I carry these with me. I'm using one of them right now. I have 2 mics and 1 transmitter in there. That's my favorite microphone. And it's always handy to have a little tripod with these little micro 4/3 lenses. This is my Ulanzi mini tripod. Now you can use that as a little tripod, or you can use it if you're vlogging. Either way, I just keep it in the bag because it's handy to have. Little Ulanzi, it didn't cost much. This is the Godox IM30 flash that I showed you guys. I had a video on this the other day. I had a box opening. I'm going to do some pictures with this, believe it or not. Yes, I'm going to go out and take some pictures with this little flash and show you guys what it'll do. It's a pretty neat little flash, and it'll fit on any camera because it only has the 1 notch at the bottom, so you don't have to worry about getting your Canon brand for your Canon camera. And it's got all your manual settings up here, so it's a pretty cool little flash. Especially, I think it was either $30 or $35, so you can't beat that. And it fits in the bag so small. It's just great to travel, just to have. I wouldn't, show up to a wedding with it or anything, but if I'm just doing stuff for fun and travel, it's great to take. This is what I use. That O right there is for Olympus. This is for my Godox 8200s or my Godox MS300 studio lights, whatever I'm using. This fits on the Olympus, and this will on the Lumix. Olympus and Lumix are basically the same thing when it comes to firing flashes and that sort of thing. So, but this is the X2 trigger for Godox that I use on the Lumix G9 Mark II. All my settings are on here. I'm good to go. And that pretty much covers what's all in that bag. So it's a very light bag, but it's a very useful bag. I try to keep it from getting junked up. I try to keep it fairly straight, although I'm not the neatest person in the world, as my wife will probably tell you. I kind of junk things up. I like to clutter, and that drives her crazy. But I'll get all this back in here, and I'll show you how it all fits back together. It's super lightweight. Like this compared to my Canon bag, holy cow. It is so much nicer carrying this than it is carrying that Canon. Holy cow. It is so much lighter, so much smaller. And then I got another lens. See, I didn't even put it back the same way that I got it, and now I'm having a hard time getting it back together. That goes right there. And then I will wrap this up, put it right there, and close it up. So that is the camera bag, guys. So now you guys have seen what I have in my bag, so you can sleep now. I was concerned for you guys not getting your sleep, so I want to make sure that you guys take care of your health. So anyway, guys, I appreciate it for helping you out. If you have any questions about the Lumix G9 Mark II or anything in the bag, let me know. We'll be glad to help you out. You guys have a great day, and give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thanks a lot. We are at KEH today. I brought my wife with me. We're going to take you on a tour through the showroom. It's pretty crowded, but that's cool because they have a lot of cool stuff. So if you're ever in Atlanta, in Smyrna technically, you want to stop by and check out KEH. So let's go in the store and see what they got. All right, the first thing I want to show you guys wondering this amazingly beautiful showroom is they have a lot of film. This brings back a lot of memories because we had a 1-hour lab from 1987 to 1990. We did film processing. We even did E6 live film processing. We were the one of only 2 labs in Atlanta that did E6. But I'm looking, there's a lot of new stuff like cat labs. I haven't never heard of that. Cinefilm I've heard of. Now over here, like the Ilford, see the Ilford Delta? That's been around a long time. We used to use that a lot. Ilford also made a C41 process, which was a black and white film, but you process it just like you would color. So that was very cool at the time. That was like 1985. I think that came out somewhere in there. And they have a lot of accessories down here, memory cards, hard drives. They even do have some slide film, some extra chrome. So let's leave here and let's walk over and check out the showcase. All right, so as you can see, this is the showcase of cameras that they have. Now, this is not everything they have. They have a whole warehouse that's full of stuff. This is just in the showroom, just to give you a little bit of a taste of what they've got. So, like for example, this is the Canon EOS R. It was out, I think, right before the Canon R6. It has the 15 to 35 RF lens on it. It's a really cool body. I've always liked it. 1 memory card is, I think, the reason that I bought my R6 over this one is it only has 1 memory card, but it is a great camera. Now, one thing I love about KEH is I hardly ever, and you guys know, I've said it over and over, I've been doing this for more than 40 years. They always have something cool here that you may have never seen or seen very rarely. So let's see what I can find out there if there's anything kind of cool or rare. And we got our Canon section here, Nikon. Looks like Canon, Nikon lenses. And then Sony. I'm gonna look. This is the Fuji. I'm not sure which one this is. XH2, the Fuji XH2. I'm not real familiar with the Fuji because I've been a Canon and Lumix guy for 40 years, but I'm wanting to try some of the Fuji stuff. I want to try the film sims they have. Like they have like where you can get the Kodak sims, the Fuji, the film sims is what I'm talking about. So you can go back and find like Kodak Gold 100, Fuji 400, all those are put in here so that when you're shooting, it's going to try its best to give you that simulation as if you're shooting that type of film. Here is a Sony a7 III. This is a really popular camera. It's a really good camera. I have only used it once or twice, just if somebody else was and I borrowed it. Because like I said, I've been tied into Canon for 40 years and been into Lumix for a couple of years. But Sony does make some really good stuff. They're probably the best at focusing. Them and Canon are the two best at focusing. So again, KEH has everything you need. First, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a roll down through the showcase that they've got. So let's take a look. You can see most of this is the Canon section. We'll move into Nikon. Then we have a lot of like long zooms for Nikon and Canon. And they have a good bit of Fuji. And then down here is Sony. They have a lot of Sony gear too. So you can see, and again, they have a whole warehouse full of stuff. That's just what they have in the showroom. And here, I'll show you the rest of the showroom that's out front. There's a lot of people in here today. I was hoping to get to talk to a few people, but I think everybody's busy. They may have a couple of people waiting on each person, so I may have to come back another day for that. But this is the showroom, and they have a little bit more over here. A little bit more over here. Oh yeah, here we got some medium format. Haven't seen some of these. That Mamiya RB67. There you go, right there. Shot many weddings for that sucker. Let's see if there's a. Now this is a Mamiya C330. This camera, you focus from the waist. You open this top up. I can't do it with both hands, but you open up the top. You hold it down to your waist. You look through it, and everything is in reverse. It'll drive you mad. But back in the 70s, that was the way you shot. I'm trying to remember if it was 645. It might have been square. It might have been the square. So we see what we got out here. We got a Hasselblad. I'm not familiar with that exact one. And I believe those are some of the full frame Fuji cameras that KEH has. Some old Minoltas, Nikons, some Leicas. Yeah. Some of the bellows down at the bottom. So they have a little bit of everything here at KEH. Everything that you're looking for, they've got it. Probably got 4 of them. And if you get thirsty, they got some Coke, so you're good to go. That's what we have over here. So kind of got like an Apple look to it with the layout over here. Got 3 Nikons laying out with the screens and some photos on the wall. So. And they got camera bags. I'm trying to give you a little bit of an overview. It's just really crowded in here today. So I was hoping to get an appointment made, but we've been so busy, we haven't been able to get an appointment actually made. So we had to come at the last second when we had a chance. I want to come in a little bit closer on some of this film that we've got. Some of this film, some of this, like Cat Labs. I'm not real familiar with Cat Labs. I don't know who makes them. It's medium format. There's your Kodak Porta 400, Ektachrome, that slide film. More Cat Labs. I have to check out this Cat Labs. Fujifilm, that's all we used to sell. We used to use Fuji paper and Fuji film. in our lab. That's what we sold. We didn't sell any Kodak. I never was a big fan of Kodak. I did like their 400 occasionally. Now, here's some of the Ilford I showed you, I think, in an earlier video. Ilford used to make a black and white film that was C41 processed. Let me see what it is now. Here's the back. Let's see what it says. Yeah, I can't tell if that's a C41 process, but they used to make it so that you could process it just like you're shooting a roll of color. You could process it in the same machine that you processed your color, which was called C41 at the time. And the only thing was, when it came to printed in black and white, it was a little bit harder because you had to get the color out of it, because it would throw in a little magenta, a little green, so it took some time. Here they have some like Delkin memory cards, some camera straps, some that go around your neck. And there's more cards over to that side. Now I saw, this is a photographer in Atlanta. I saw a video he made the other day. Cam Kirk, I watched a video he made on KEH the other day. Apparently he's made camera care kit, lens cleaning kit. He was here maybe 6 months or a year ago. He's got a studio in Atlanta. I've never met him because I'm not in Atlanta. I think he's like downtown Atlanta. I'm on the Metro Atlanta. But I saw this the other day and I thought that looked pretty cool. So I have never met you, Cam, but if you happen to see this video, wish you the best of luck. Maybe we can meet one day. You're a lot younger than I am, so. And then they've got the tripods in the window, and then there's my wife over at the end, smiling, waiting on me, holding the camera. So, but that's about it, guys. I just want to give you a rundown of KEH, what it looked like. That is their showroom. There's a whole warehouse in the back where they have more stuff, but this is just the stuff they have on display. They have so much stuff. I think they're the biggest used camera store in the country, possibly the world, I'm not sure, but I know they are in the USA. So anyway, if you're ever in Smyrna, it's right near Atlanta, check out KEH. The website is KEH.com. And if we're helping you guys out, if you have any questions, give us a big thumbs up and hit subscribe. Thanks. Hey guys, I just want to take this second of your time. If you guys would please hit like and subscribe, it would go a long ways toward helping our channel and help us keep making these videos. Thank you.